الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله حبيبنا ونبينا محمد عليه من ربه أفضل صلاة وسلام. And today, يوم الجمعة, and it is recommended to make more of the salah والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه فعليه من ربه أفضل صلاة وسلام. My dear brothers, we'll continue inshallah with the seerah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and specifically with the question that I mentioned last time, which is after we talked about why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam selected al-habasha to be an asylum for his companions. Now we look at what type of companion were selected to go to Habasha. Can you remember some of the names of the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who migrated to Habasha? Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Uthman ibn Affan, and his wife, the daughter of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Again, did he send Bilal?
No.
Suhaib?
No.
Salman?
No.
Why? Those were in front of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were persecuted also. And why would Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam send his companions to Habasha? To go for a tourist visit? No. They were forced to leave to Habasha under the severe persecution and the torture that they were facing in Mecca. But Bilal was tortured. Suhaib was tortured. Other people, Ammar was tortured as well. Who else migrated to Habasha? Then we could ask a question later on. What is the difference between migrating to Habasha and migrating to Medina? Which is easier? To migrate to Medina or to migrate to Habasha? Yes. You see? It's a walking distance at that time. They walked to Medina. So, what type of people are those? I'll give you more names. Abu Salama and Salama. The daughter of the chieftain of Quraysh, of the undisputed leader of Quraysh at that time, Abu Sufyan, his own daughter, Habiba, Ramla bint, migrated along with her husband. So you talk about the elite of Quraysh. The elite of Quraysh. People who were among the aristocratic class of the Qureshis. They were migrated. It was not the poor one. It was not the slaves. Somebody say, oh, see, Bilal came from Habasha. His ancestor, he might have sent. The Prophet ﷺ didn't send him to Habasha. He wanted him to be very close to him. He wouldn't be able to offer the trip. The trip requires a lot of money, a lot of hard work, connections. It is a jeopardy. You're going to cross the sea. So it's not easy. Those are weak people. They are mustad'afin, du'afa. The Prophet ﷺ needs to take care of them, even under the persecution that they were going through. And if they go there, we don't know what's going to happen. You need people who could really go there, and they know that those from Quraysh. Those are dignitaries of Quraysh. They didn't come here to seek any other thing but to flee for their own deen. You understand this, Ikhwan? You see the situation, how it's different from Medina? How it's different from Medina? Those people will be facing a different type of trial. Yes, in Mecca they were physically and morally persecuted, but in Habasha they will be facing a different trial, a different challenge that is different from what they have been facing in Mecca. They need to maintain a relationship with the kings. They will face priests and bishops and establish orthodox religion. And this is why even today, one of the strongest churches in the whole world is the Orthodox Church in Habasha, in Abyssinia. Until today, it has a very long history. has a very long history. And this is what made me think regarding the type of people Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam selected to go. And he wanted to hit the Qureshis on the head. Give them a very strong blow. That now, it's not the poor people that you're persecuting who are leaving you. It is your own sons and daughters. It is the elite of the society. His own daughter migrated. And he could have kept his own daughter. But even his own daughter tasted being a refugee, experienced being a refugee. She migrated along with her husband, his own cousin, Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, that the Prophet ﷺ loved so much. Okay? Along with his wife, Asma bint Umays. And if you look at these names of the Sahaba, you talk about first class among the Sahaba of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And this is why the Qureshis were very angry regarding the migration to Abyssinia. They were more angry than the migration to Medina. It's because of the destination, it's because of the type of people, and the timing that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam took that decision on. And how those people, Uthman was ready to leave his own business. He was a businessman. You know, businessmen, they don't leave their business. I mean it, ya Ikhwan. It's really, and if you have lived in a country, it's not in a town for a long time like Mecca, and you belong to it. Your forefathers for hundreds of years have been in this place, and now you take me to go as a refugee. It's not easy. It's not easy. It was a training. It was a form of training for the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This first class companions, that they would leave their families, they would leave their own houses, they would leave their own businesses, and they would go as refugees. They don't know what they're going to face and how they're going to establish a new life. صحيح يا شيخ؟ قليلا قليلا. So this is the answer to this question that we raised again. Why, or what are the criteria or the type of people that the Prophet ﷺ selected to migrate to Habasha? And this is why Quraysh sent after them immediately people of high caliber, sent a diplomatic mission headed by one of the most, let's say, Amr ibn al-As, the most clever, the most skillful communicator and debater in the history of the Arabs and the history of Islam. Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu. At that time he was not a Muslim. And how they offered the Najashi, the Negus at that time, the king of Abyssinia, all things, and tried their best to get those people back to them. They know that they, in front of the Arabs say, hey, they even persecuted their own sons and daughters to the extent that they had to flee their own land and look for refuge in a foreign land. Not even in the land of the Arabs. This is a big insult to the Arabs. I mean it. At that time, the Arab Peninsula could not accommodate those. They had to go to a different place, a different continent, different culture, and a different religion. The people of Habasha at that time were not Muslims. They were not Muslims as well. This was a very intelligent move by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam to achieve many things at the same time, to give asylum to his companions so they could practice their religion, to spread Islam in a different continent, to demonize the Qureshis, that they are the ones who are really persecuting their own sons and daughters, that force them to go to a foreign land, and even send a message to the Arabs. This is Islam knows no specific place, no specific land, no limited locality. Its mission is the whole universe. غفر الله لنا ولكم وصلى الله وسلم على حبيبنا ونبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وصحبه وسلم كثيرا.